The Seismic 7, Chapter 18, Part 2. I... I'm sorry, I say to them. It's not enough. But I literally played bocce ball and ate ice cream while they were held against their will, fearing for their lives. Nothing will ever be enough. Okay, so what's the plan? Eddie asked, refocusing us. Who do we call first? And what do we tell them? Todd starts to speak up, but is quickly interrupted. Kinsey says, hefting up the tablet. Who wants the internet? I abandoned the desktop computer and raced back to Kinsey, nearly tripping over a wooden chair in the process. Yes! Okay, let's download EarthBuilder on here. We can use the big computer to send for help if the phone doesn't work. Already downloading the app, Kinsey says. Todd picks up the phone. I'll call 911. We need people to bring drills, I tell Todd. Nolan has taken my place at the big computer and logs in as a guest. Meanwhile, I log into my EarthBuilder account on the tablet. What did Dr. Greer say those drills were? Fracking drills? That's what we need. We also need hoses, lots of hoses, and pumps. Sturdy ones. People have to pump water down from the lake and can't stop. It has to be high-powered and continuous. Yellowstone Lake has 3.5 trillion gallons of water, I recite, from our documentary last summer. If we need to mimic the ocean like Wyatt said, we're going to need a lot of that lake. Maybe most of that lake. What about the supplies to build the pool? Eddie asks. Yeah, there's all that too, I say. They'll have to stop the eruption above ground once they've slowed it. So we need even more pumps and hoses and anything that can transport water. And we need huge barriers to make a circle around the eruption site so we can trap the water in like Kinsey's swimming pool idea. Todd nods. Anything else? We need lots of people who are willing to risk their lives, Raquel says, because this might not work. That's why we'll run a simulation, I say, holding up the tablet. We can make sure it'll work no matter what. As long as we do it soon, you mean, Wyatt corrects me. Todd takes the hint and punches 911 into the phone. I can see sweat forming on his forehead, beating up through the layer of ash that's covering each of us. EarthBuilder finally lets me in, and I access my supervolcano simulation, dialing it back to the initial burst phase. Then I go to the EB store and trade a bunch of my credits in for modern-day EB items, like cement blockades and hoses. I should sit down, but I can't help but pace back and forth in the ranger cabin. It's not going through, Todd says. Glance over and see his crestfallen face by the phone. Lines are probably flooded, Wyatt says as Kinsey groans. I bet everyone's calling them right now. Todd hangs up, runs his hands through his hair in frustration, and marches over to one of the chairs where he collapses, putting his head between his knees. Why don't we call the park emergency line? Eddie asks, pointing at a number on a laminated sheet next to the phone. Maybe that's internal. On the tablet, I start building the blockade walls around the eruption site. I'm half listening to everyone's worried conversation, but also half focused in on earth building faster than ever. Good idea, Nolan says. Eddie scoots aside as Nolan reaches over the phone and tries the line Eddie suggested. He puts it on speakerphone, and there is an immediate answer. Yellowstone, emergency line. Please state your location, number of people, and any injuries for a rapid evacuation, a voice says. Todd looks up from his chair. There's 7 of us, Nolan says, but we're actually calling about something else. We have a plan for stopping the supervolcano and need to tell someone right away. The tablet blinks at me. Low battery warning. No! I quickly finish the blockade and start to dig a J-shaped tunnel from the surface down to connect with the magma's exit passageway underground. Are any of you hurt? Can you walk to meet a copter? What's your location? This phone is reported to be from the ranger station at... No! We don't need evacuation, Nolan insists. We need to talk to someone who can get the right people to help with our plan. This tunnel is taking forever. I pause the simulation, then head to my settings. It's a punch to the gut, but I change my difficulty level from highest to lowest. Then I head back in to bash through the bedrock at faster speeds. I'm sorry, but that's impossible, the voice on the phone says. The priority is stopping the park from exploding and destroying half the planet, Kinsey interrupts. We have a plan to do that, so are you going to help us or not? The voice pauses for a moment. How old are y'all? 10% battery life. 9%. That's not what's important, Eddie says. Are you even listening to us? I am, the Yellowstone Emergency Line representative replies. But there is a mandatory evacuation, not just for Yellowstone, but for the entire states, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Utah, Nevada, Colorado, Nebraska, the Dakotas. No, you listen, Todd says. We need you to send. The phone fizzles, followed by silence. My shoulders slump. 2% battery life. Kinsey says, hello? Everyone looks at each other through bleary eyes. So much for that option. The phone must have died, just like Nolan's tablet is about to. Great, Todd says, crossing his arms. Now what? But then the voice comes back. Hi, again, sorry, that was my manager checking in. You wouldn't happen to be the 7 kids she's missing, would you?